Welcome to the synopsis of Ryan Daniel Moran's book, How to Pick a Winning Product, Create a Real Business, and Become a Seven-Figure Entrepreneur in 12 Months. Key point 1. Persevering business people motivated by a desire for change. These days, it's incredible that everyone aspires to be an entrepreneur. However, if we go back a few decades, you'll notice that few people were interested in entering the dangerous realm of entrepreneurship at that time. There was no incentive to take a chance because there were safe occupations, and most people had steady jobs for the whole of their careers. Much has changed. Millions of people have lost their steady jobs due to several economic downturns and a worldwide recession. Entrepreneurship has become a desirable ambition due to the desire for freedom and control over the future. Everyone wants to start their own business these days. Another significant aspect is the rise of purported do-gooders like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. People long for the accomplishments of these well-known entrepreneurs because of the way they are praised in the media. Is being an entrepreneur a realistic goal? Anyway, naturally, you will also discover how to become a successful entrepreneur from this summary. You must know one thing before we go into all of that, though, and it will decide whether or not this recap is worthwhile. Not everyone is cut out for entrepreneurship. Even while starting and selling businesses is wonderful, not everyone can benefit from it. Although millions of people have failed in business, they have succeeded in assisting others in expanding their enterprises. Accordingly, some people can only succeed and feel fulfilled when they work for other people. You ought to be aware of your strengths. Be ready to pay the price that comes with becoming an entrepreneur before you launch your first company. The trip is not as cozy as the media portrays it to be. You will discover that entrepreneurs frequently lead lonely lives if you look past their notoriety. They also suffer continuously with doubt and confusion. Every successful business owner takes calculated risks and won't give up until their lofty goals are realized. Consider whether you can put up with these things. If you're ready to give it a shot, let's explore the tried-and-true methods for starting a seven-figure company. Key point 2. Product selection is facilitated by target group research. Choosing which things to sell is a common dilemma for aspiring business owners who are unfamiliar with the startup process. If this is your first time starting a business, it might be very challenging. But it's crucial that you avoid the error of devoting an excessive amount of time to this stage. This chapter will teach you how to select goods that consumers are willing to purchase. Above all, don't start selling at random just because you've discovered profitable things. That is precisely what novices do. Online, they look for popular products, which they then purchase at wholesale prices to resell. This is a temporary tactic. Because you just sell on dealer websites and have no actual consumers, a competitor could surpass you at any time. Branding is the foundation of a successful firm, not fast sales on uncontrollable retail websites. Instead, what can you do? Create a brand that caters to specific markets by selling specialized goods. In this manner, your clients will still be able to locate you even if Amazon goes out of business today. There is more to a brand than just logos, a chic website, attractive packaging, etc. Although they are significant, these elements do not constitute a brand. Your business must cater to a certain market segment with goods that market values in order for it to be regarded as a brand. An example of a productive business strategy is the indiscriminate sale of women's apparel on Amazon. However, you must go one step further and choose a specific target, like nursing mothers, if you want to create a brand that lasts. The clothes worn by housewives and unmarried women differ from those worn by nursing mothers. Selecting a certain niche allows you to fully analyze the market and understand the variety of goods that fit it. If you don't do anything that helps other people, you can't be genuinely happy. Ryan Daniel Moran. Having 3 to 5 goods that cater to the same market is ideal. Although there may be more, you can begin with a single product and add more as you expand. How to identify a product for sale. In the startup world, the phrase "scratch your own itch" refers to the process of identifying a problem, coming up with a solution, and pitching that solution to others. However, it doesn't have to be your own issue. Those in your immediate vicinity may also be experiencing it. Finding the issue can help you come up with ideas for the kind of product you can make to address it. This product might be a brand new item or an enhancement of an existing one. It's worth noting that color can boost a brand's recognition value by as much as 80%. Third key point. It's simple to find profitable products. You've identified the perfect market to target and know what kind of goods they require. The product needs to be developed now. How is that accomplished? All you have to do is look for local private label businesses or get in touch with contract manufacturers on Alibaba.com. Contacting contract manufacturers can also be done through other internet channels. There are many Chinese manufacturing companies on Alibaba that are ready to accept your orders, so you probably don't need to Google them. Sharing your ideas with a potential manufacturer is the next step. Be as explicit as you can. You talk about the costs and estimated turnaround time for the items. Ideally, before requesting repeated delivery, you test the product to ensure it satisfies your demands. Contract manufacturing helps you make the most money while reducing expenses. You can test this with a small group of people who are representative of your target demographic or with yourself. Imitate the strategies used by software companies. As with software firms, provide the product to these small groups of individuals for free and let them to view it. The stages of your product's development should be documented because you'll need them for marketing. Showing how your products vary from those of your competitors is one of the most intriguing things you can do. One way to show this is to be honest about your developmental phases. Key point 4. Social media is an effective tool for expanding a business. Do you know how Kylie Jenner, a businesswoman and media personality, used her media influence to become the youngest billionaire in the world? She already had a sizable online and offline fan base when she started Kylie Cosmetics. Converting these ardent supporters into paying clients was simple. This kind of media dominance is also used by social media influencers to drive enormous sales. However, Kylie Jenner is not for everyone. Any entrepreneur can use social media as a sales tool, regardless of media influence. After reading a case study from one of Ryan Moran's businesses, we'll talk about how you can accomplish this in your pre-launch period. Finding items that don't sell online is challenging. Ryan Moran, his partner, and Jeff Bezos want to start selling yoga gear. The things they ordered would not arrive for 8 weeks. Before the launch, they considered ways to attract attention, and Moran suggested creating a Facebook page. After developing the website and naming it "I Love Yoga," they began producing content. Engagement on the site increased gradually. People engaged with the page and followed it. Before the cargo arrived, Moran and his colleague Sean used the website to discuss their items, and as a result, they received several pre-orders. To draw a specific and qualified audience to your online presence, use interesting content. Then, sell your goods to them. This is a broad approach. Facebook profiles might not be necessary for your type of business. Instead, choose a social media site that best suits your offerings. Even before you publish it, start producing material that your audience will enjoy. If you have the funds, do podcast and social media advertisements as well. Additionally, some business owners succeed by using niche influencers to market their goods. Even without a sizable fan base, you can accomplish all of these goals. Even if you just registered an account today, you can still use the leverage. All you need to do is take a calculated approach. Key point 5. You must differentiate your product if you want to succeed in business. The majority of entrepreneurs believe that in order to succeed, you must radically transform your company or reinvent the wheel. Making your product unique, even in a tiny way, is essential to its success. You won't achieve the success you desire if you're always changing who you are or if your product isn't original. Stay away from innovation at all costs. Rather, provide what your clients are currently seeking. Instead of reinventing your product, you should concentrate on improving it and making it unique in order to make it successful. Offering something genuinely appealing is more effective than aiming for perfection. Uniqueness and quality are crucial. Get feedback on your products to make them better and more effectively reach your target audience, rather than speculating on how to succeed. Address a particular issue with your product. Find people who are experiencing this problem, establish a connection with them, and use their purchase answers as insightful input. You overthink things and postpone your desired financial achievement when you strive for the ideal product or branding. Some concentrate on enhancing packaging, revamping logos, and modifying fonts and colors, but these endeavors are not always fruitful. The most important thing is that your clients like the product. No matter how it is packaged, you will still purchase it. Although they can change over time, branding, logos, and design all contribute to increasing your market visibility. Avoiding obstacles to sales should be the first priority. Errors are a necessary component of business, and improving products and making them unique are continuous endeavors. Keep in mind that no amount of preparation can ensure flawless performance, because buyers only see Amazon's standard delivery box. When they shop on sites like Amazon, they frequently overlook your wrapping. Key point 6. There are two sides to money. It has the power to either flourish or destroy your company. It's a good idea for businesses to start small and then expand rapidly. Because it allows you the freedom to develop and learn at your own pace, you want to keep your business bootstrapped for as long as you can. You have to answer to someone when you raise money from outside investors, in addition to surrendering some control over your company. Depending on your company's objectives, this could be either good or negative. Getting funding from investors early on might not be a viable option if you want a lifestyle business that allows you the independence you desire. You should look for investors. Nevertheless, if your company has reached a stage where you need to grow but lack the funds, it is simpler at this point, since you can demonstrate that you can multiple any given amount. Money is not a tool for change. It is an amplifier. It doesn't make terrible ideas better. There are two alternative choices if you need more money for your business but don't want to involve investors. Crowdfunding is one possibility. Kickstarter and other websites have frequently assisted business owners in raising the funds required for expansion. Getting a loan is the second choice. Although it's not always the case, debt is frequently seen as a bad thing. Both good and bad debt exist. Credit used for liabilities, such as expensive cars, is known as bad debt. However, good debt is when you take out a loan to invest in a project that has the potential to multiply the money. In the end, you should try to operate entirely on your own for as long as you can before looking for a partner or borrowing money. Point 7. Make a list of your clients. Many people find it tough to decide to sell a product. Therefore, they choose to work in a typical workplace instead. It takes a lot of work to decide what kind of business you want to run, what your objectives are, and how to make your product. Many never make it to this stage of business development because of this. The most crucial step in the company process is deciding what to sell. As they say, real progress starts with a sale. At this stage, you're undoubtedly obsessed with every little detail and struggling with your choices. You might be tempted to create intricate sales techniques or heed other recommendations. Making a sale is still your primary objective, though. Think about creating a list of possible clients or advertising your goods on social media. Use phone calls, emails, or messages to communicate with these clients directly. Focusing on a certain topic at first might generate momentum that expands rapidly. You should set aside large ambitions to concentrate on getting orders during this time and give your full attention to sales. To get your initial product sales, you don't need to be well known on social media or have a big following. Reaching a potential audience is what counts. The initial months of a business are known as the grind and are marked by a lot of hard work. It's common for young business owners to experience anxiety and discouragement when sales don't happen right away. However, you can solve this circumstance by doing the following constructive actions. Run ads. Increasing your company's clientele should be your main objective. Provide this audience with interesting stuff to keep them interested. To ensure that your audience is prepared to purchase when you debut your product, record the launch. It takes effort to get to this position. However, you will overcome these challenges if you do it well and have your audience or potential buyers ready for your goods. We have examined how anyone may start a profitable business from the ground up in this synopsis. We started by examining the entrepreneurial mindset. Although not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur, if you're prepared to put in the work and take the associated risks, the journey is worthwhile. Finding a product to sell should be your first priority if you have made the decision to become an entrepreneur. However, we stated that creating a successful business requires more than just searching for fashionable things on Google. Choose the market niche you wish to target first. Starting with your own life is a smart move. Which issue would you like to see resolved? Examine the lives of people around you if, after giving it some thought, you are unable to discover one. How can you improve, simplify, or streamline their lives? You can choose what kind of solution you should create or enhance by identifying a market segment and its issues. The next step is to locate contract manufacturers or private label businesses that can assist you in creating this product. Better yet, if you can do it yourself. While your product is being manufactured, encourage online discussion about it. Make a digital presence for your company. Create pre-order deals that your audience can't pass up after running advertisements to draw more people to your content. Start with no sales and work your way up to several sales a week and then several sales a day. You can wish to keep your company or sell it to bigger companies as it expands. Avoid making the beginner error of not considering all options if you choose to sell. Make sure you conduct adequate research so that you can negotiate effectively in any circumstance. You should be in charge of negotiations because you own your business. Whether you choose to sell all or just a portion of the business is up to you. Don't allow anyone to decide for you. Interesting things. After reading this synopsis, you begin searching for issues that could lead to product development. When you've discovered something that you believe will appeal to your audience. To find out how profitable similar products in the area are, look into social media and Amazon. Don't start a business unless your products are selling well. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.